Hey YouTube, I'm going to be doing a 9,000 mile review on my Honda Prologue. I stopped here at this flow station, just to wheeze some of the juice, but now you have to pay. It was for free. Now they've decided that they're going to charge for it. I don't need it, but I figured since I was here. What do we like about the car? I'll tell you what, let's start with what we don't like about the car. If you're going to buy an electric car, you have to have level 2 charging at home. What does that mean? That means that you have to have a 240 volt circuit available in your panel, which when you look inside your panel, it's actually 240 volts, takes up 2 slots like your dryer does or your electric stove. And you have to have at least 2 open spaces on the same side of the panel to put in a 50 amp 240 volt circuit breaker. If you have that, then buy an electric car. If you have to sit here and chase those chargers there, you're gonna have nothing but range anxiety. Or if you go to the level 3, those they're faster. You can fill up in about an hour, but they're more expensive than gasoline. They charge $75 a charge all the way. So, but that's the main takeaway from this is only buy an electric car if you have access to 240 volt 50 amp circuit at your home or work that you can plug into every night. Now if you're only driving maybe once a week, you can get away with a level 1. Level 1 plugs into 120 volt outlet, but takes 3 to 5 days to fully charge. Now, what did I notice when I first got the car? The first thing you notice is the weight. The moment you apply the brakes, you're going to realize how heavy this vehicle is. When you come to a stop, the car rocks back and forth a little bit. This thing weighs like 7,000 pounds. You got the 21-inch wheels there, and those are special tires. They're designed to hold the weight and the extra torque that the electric motors produce. And I haven't checked, but I'm assuming they're probably like $300 or $400 a piece. Now, one thing also too, these are nice big doors. You got plenty of room to get in, but they're lightweight. And you have to be very careful on a windy day, because it just takes the door easily. So you got to be careful with that. Now this is based on a GM Blazer, and what I don't like about accessing the trunk here, you gotta just do the kick thing and it opens. What I don't like is this part right here. How much space is between here and here. If you gotta put something up there, you're gonna get dirty, But what's nice, the seats do go down. I just took home a water heater, a 50-gallon water heater in the box. I was able to get it in here, no problem. That worked. Now the screen, my OnStar, has been out now for about a month and a half. It's a software issue, I believe, or hardware. We don't know yet. I still have to take it to the dealer to have them look at it. The auxiliary outlet, the cigarette lighter outlet, you can see in there. My radar detector's plugged in. That already burned out. I attached a tire pump, or a tire inflator, one from one of my other videos, and it just blew that one out. So I have to get that fixed. Other than that, some people complain about the sound electric cars make. I like it. It sounds like you're a space saucer floating around. But it stops doing the noise at about 25 miles an hour. So that goes away. You don't hear it. It's very quiet in the car. let's see, what else is there? If you turn off the traction control and turn on the sport mode, insane torque. I mean, I've had a lot of fast cars, and the torque on this is just absolutely incredible. It pins you back as hard as you can. And I mean, you really struggle. If it wasn't for the steering wheel, I mean, you'd probably end up in the trunk. Let's see. Also, too, you have to understand when it's cold outside. This thing's rated, when I bought it, I think it was rated at 282 miles on a full tank. When it's in the single digits and even in the 20s and below, you're lucky if you get a third of the rated mileage. That's why I'm saying you better have a 240 volt single phase outlet at your house, and it's actually very easy to do. And it wasn't to me. I think it cost me $200 total. I had to buy 25 feet of 8 gauge to like an extension cord. You know, it's about a little over about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. That cost me about it was like $4 a foot or $5 a foot. I can't remember, but it was about $100. The circuit breaker was I think $20 maybe. Yeah, the little switch. And then what else did I have to? Oh, the outlet, the NEMA. I don't remember what it is now, but whatever it comes for the plug on the Honda Charger. That plug I think was $20, and all you had to really do is see, my wife did not want the car charging in the garage, so that's why I needed that extra footage, because my panel was maybe 6 feet away from my panel was in the basement from to get to the garage it was only about 6 feet, but she wanted me. I have to charge outside, which is I have no problem with that. Some people say, oh, the rain gets in the circuit. I've never had a problem, and we get a lot of rain, some heavy downpours, so there's no problem with that. But the winter, you have to charge till 100% every night. I don't care what it tells you about battery health. You better charge all the way, because if you do any amount of decent driving, if you want to have the heat on, and I'll tell you what, the heated steering wheel, if it was an option, I never would have got it, but it came with the car. And I'll tell you what, I from now on, I want a heated steering wheel. It feels so good on your hands. Now, one thing I did have a problem, or it's not a problem, but the heat that comes from the feet, from the front, very warm, very adequate. But the passengers in the back, they get none of it. They get the heat from the vents, but nothing from the floor. So that's one of the downsides to this. What else is there? Now since I've had it now, and the weather's getting warmer, I'm now charging. I think I was charging at 282 miles for a full tank. Now I'm at 303. So I guess the batteries are breaking in, or it's the weather that affects the capacity. What else? It's you get a lot of compliments. People are always asking you questions about it. People, was I scared? With the stuff that's going on with Tesla, and I said no, I'm not scared, because I didn't get a Tesla. I have a Honda. And this Honda, like I said, it's half GM, so the drivetrain and everything. The radar system works okay. I mean, it does its job, but sometimes it's a little annoying. What else? It's a huge moonroof, but the weather hasn't allowed me to open it yet. So, lights, you got very good lights on it. The backup camera, its position if there's snow and ice and everything, the way it sits, I mean, it's right there. The ice just falls right over it. I mean, it blocks the camera. The rain blocks the camera. They need to figure out a different way to put that in there. Maybe tuck it in a little bit more because it gets in the way. What else? Other than that, you know, and I got this on it was a great deal. I guess, you know, they weren't moving too well. And, you know, it was a fantastic lease, 24-month lease on this. I think $1,500 down, $350 a month or whatever it is. And that's at 15,000 miles a year. Other than that, even all the complaints I've had, I'm never, unless the prices change and everything, I'm never going back to gas again. There's nothing better than going home, and my rate at our rates here in Ohio, $4 to fill up, from almost 0 to 100% fill up, $4. I mean, that's the money you're saving is incredible. Now, I'm sure, you know, there's other areas in the country that's more expensive, but you can't beat it. Other than that, please give me one of these, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.